Alrighty. Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes Morning Sports Talk. I, of course, am the Brofect one, AJ. Good morning. Hope y'all had a great long weekend. I'm back. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I'm ready more than ever. We got a lot to talk about this morning, and then, well, hey, don't you worry. We'll be breaking it down tomorrow. A little bit more tonight as well. Before we go any further, though, do just want to take a moment. Shout out to our 432 incredible followers here on Rumble, to the 230 over there on the YouTube. We appreciate each and every single one of you too. If you're watching on X, I mean, you're just kind of a baller. You're just kind of a baller. I don't know what else you want me to say, but yeah, hey, hope y'all are having a good day. Good morning. It's kind of been struggling where I wanted to open up with this one today. You know what I mean? Kind of struggling where I want to open up with this one today, but I think I figured it out. I figured it out, and we're going to go ahead and get it locked and loaded. And remember, hey, join that chat join that chat. It's live. It's live. Let's go ahead and get started, though. I want to go ahead and start with the NBA, as this weekend we did have the NBA All-Star Game. And where do you want me to start with the NBA All-Star Game that we haven't started somewhere already? It didn't suck. I'll give the NBA that this year. It didn't suck. I'll say all around it didn't suck. When you look at the skills competition, 3-point contest, the whole Steph versus Sabrina thing, and then the final game itself, I mean, as far as the NBA goes, pretty solid. You know what I mean? Pretty solid. It was interesting, just considering that the Super Bowl and NBA All-Star Weekend are just so close together that, and Adam Silver even came on the Pat McAfee show advising, hey, it's just like you guys' the Super Bowl. It's a time in the year where everyone can plan, get together, celebrate the game of basketball, and continue to move forward. And that's what they do here at the All-Star Game. One thing that has been kind of I guess not a drawback from there, but almost an asterisk next to the All-Star Weekend is, and this is starting to come up, I would say, more and more in every single All-Star game we see outside of the MLB. The MLB seems to have that locked and loaded, but it's just about effort. You know what I mean? It's just about effort when it comes to these games. And, not a lot of people want to go out there and give their full and everything. And I get that. I totally get that. This is an exhibition game and everything, but kind of just leads to bad TV. Unless you took the over. I mean, if you're like me and you took the over at, what was it, 360 they left it at, and we get a total of 390 points in a game, right? 370? No, 397. 397 were the total points scored in that game. I mean, listen, there is not trying on defense, and then there's playing no defense. And that is what this All-Star game was. Just playing absolutely no defense. And I think that's fine to a point. You know what I mean? To a point. And yes, again, you don't want to get injured. You don't want to show whatever the case may be. I get it, but still, you need something. Something needs to change there, because again, it wasn't entertaining. It wasn't enjoyable just seeing everybody absolutely go off on all times. But you want a little bit more defense, put a little bit more of a competitive game out there. Besides that, I think the NBA's got All-Star Weekend all figured out. Seriously, again, the 3-point contest was great. Anthony Edwards shooting left-handed for the skills competition was one of the funniest things I have seen in a long time. So shout out to Anthony Edwards doing that. Just one of those guys that is, been so, I wouldn't say underrated. He's been so underappreciated given the team that he's on. So whenever he gets to go out there, and yeah, he may have not been able to, show everything because he was shooting left-handed, but being able to go out there, have fun. Again, shout out to Anthony Edwards. And I do want to shout out again, Steph and Sabrina. I'm not going to try to pronounce Sabrina's last name because I've tried before and it doesn't go well. But hey, listen, that was good. That was solid. That was something that, put everything aside, whatever you think or whatever. It was good competition. It was a fun competition. So shout out to Sabrina and Steph getting together and doing that. Steph does come away with it. But I do think it's worth noting that Sabrina made more than the winner of the 3-point contest. So how about we run those two back next year and see what we get? Sorry, I am still fighting I don't even know what I got. I got something. And it's just been all up in my head. And my God. Been rough. But hey, we will fight and overcome. But yeah, again, shout out to the NBA and the All-Star Game. Oh, I do want to talk about one more thing. That LED floor. That LED floor that they were using, I mean, solid. They were using it, but they used it, for the 3-point contest and like the skills competitions and stuff. They used a regular floor for the All-Star Game proper. But hey, the NBA is always looking for something, that little next extra step when it comes to the entertainment value of the NBA. And I think being able to do something like a court like that where you got someone shooting a free throw and you got their stats right there. I think that's just a nice, cool little touch that the NBA can do that no other sport can really do outside of baseball, maybe. No. Hockey, maybe. I don't know how the ice would work with all that. I don't know. But hey, it's something that the NBA is going to try to do. And it's one thing I will always compliment the NBA on. And not David Stern. What the hell is his name? Anyway, Adam Silver, thank you. I'll always compliment him on that, is that from a technological side, from a entertainment aspect, for what's best for the viewer and a viewing experience, Adam Silver and the boys have been right there the entire time. And so I think whatever they develop, whatever they come up with, even if it's for a trial run, it's going to be some cool shit. And so that LED floor, I think, was just the tip of the iceberg of what we're going to be seeing from the NBA come down the floor when it comes to enhancing the viewing experience for, their fans. So, again, I'll say it. Shout out to the NBA. Killed All-Star Weekend again. And Dame Lillard, obviously, shout out to him as well, winning that all-important All-Star MVP. So, shout out there. Staying in the NBA. I forgot about this yesterday. The Nets, they fired Jacques Vaughn as their head coach. They will be promoting Kevin Ollie to their new interim head coach. And, this shit. Talk about this Nets team. I mean, just honestly, first of all, the latest of victims, I'll call them, the latest victims to the James Harden, Kevin Durant saga of trying to find a team the Kyrie, James Harden saga of trying to find a good team that they can go win a ring on. And, they're paying for it. They're paying for it. They went with Steve Nash. That didn't work out well. They got all these guys around. They blow that up. And now you got to change your head coach and see if you can pull anything else together. Not looking great on the season so far. But hey, they got time to turn it around, right? The Nets will turn it around. Of course the Nets will. Oh. All right. And I know that it is technically basketball season, college basketball season, NHL season, because the NFL's over. The NFL's over. Oh, no. Not so fast there. NFL is not over because as of today starts the franchise tag dates. Yes. From now until I believe March 5th, teams can start signing players to a franchise tag. Some of the big popular names coming out about that. You look at a guy like Saquon Barkley. You look at a guy like T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. You'll look at just a lot of guys around the league. And it's going to be an interesting time. It's going to be an interesting time of the year. For the Saquon aspect of it, I don't see Saquon getting tagged again. I don't see Saquon getting tagged again. I'm sorry, Giants fans. Truly, I'm very sorry, but I don't see how he's working in that system. I don't see. And not only that, I don't see how Saquon wants to stay in that system when he is literally the heart and soul of that team. The reason you signed your quarterback to that huge ass extension for no reason whatsoever was because of how Saquon Barkley performed. And it was kind of hilarious. And I'll go back to that. The funny thing about what made Daniel Jones the best Daniel Jones was his running back. He had Saquon there. Saquon was having one of his best seasons ever. And Daniel Jones in return was having one of his best seasons ever. And so I don't know what the Giants are going to do there. I don't see the Giants tagging him again. I don't see that happening again. If anything, I mean, I just like him going out, getting a new start somewhere. Let's not mess around with what has been or what has happened in the past. Let's get a fresh new start for him, new system, new QB, new team, and see if Saquon still has anything left in the tank. And then you look at the quarterback side of it. What the hell are the Vikings going to do with Kirk Cousins, huh? I think that should be, in my opinion, a bigger conversation than what the Bears do with the number 1 overall pick. Because on one hand, with the Vikings, you got Kirk Cousins. You know exactly what Kirk Chainz is going to give you. Justin Jefferson wants to play with him some more and said he'll stay as long as he stays. And so that's the Kirk Cousins of the whole thing. But then the other Kirk Cousins of the whole thing is you're trying to get younger. This is a Vikings team that over the last couple of seasons have been trying to get younger. They've trying to establish a younger core for this team. And, it works out sometimes here and there, but you always do need that veteran in the room who's able to lead, who's able to guide. And I think Kirk Cousins is a good person to have in that room where, again, you know exactly what you're going to get out of him from quarterback. You know exactly what kind of a quarterback Kirk Cousins is and will be. And if you can keep a Justin Jefferson with him there, you can keep all these guys happy there with that veteran presence of Kirk Cousins for them to follow. I think you're going to be looking really solid. I think you'll be looking really solid. So, but again, what are they going to do there? They got a while to figure that out. They do have a while to figure that out. Another name, not on the franchise block, but a name that I have been hearing circulate a while now is going to be free agent Derrick Henry and where he's going to be ending up at. A lot of the rumors I'm seeing, a lot of the stuff I've been looking at, hey, the Texans I've been hearing. Let's see if we can go to the Texans. I like him going to the Texans, giving CJ Stroud some much needed help, giving him a good number 1 running back there. I like that. Shit, what about going down to the Panthers, huh? Ooh. I know. That's a little out there in my opinion, going to the Panthers, a little bit out there with everything that they're doing, how they're constructed right now. I don't know if I would want to be any part of that if I'm Derrick Henry. But then, hey, maybe you take a discount. Bills could use a running back. Chiefs could use a running back. Bengals could use a running back. You know what I mean? I really think when this all opens up, when free agency really starts, we are going to see all of the attraction, all of the love all over Derrick Henry. And I'm going to be very fascinated to see where he ends up. We got to talk about this because this is, of all the guys to get caught with PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs, this is probably one of the last people that I was expecting. Just because, and that would be sources saying Raiders Jimmy Garoppolo will get a 2-game suspension for violating of the PED policy. Now, it has not been confirmed yet or not if Jimmy G, porn star Jimmy, was taking too many Viagras that it just popped him on the thing. We don't know what it was exactly, but it was some type of performance-enhancing substance that Jimmy G used. And I do think it is pretty worth to know that the Raiders are going to be dropping him here soon. So Jimmy G is going to be off on an island by himself with a 2-game suspension on there. So, you might be looking at a team putting him on the bench, coming in as a solid backup, maybe for a Bryce Young, maybe for a Aaron Rodgers type thing where, you got that guy, motherfucker. You got that guy who's going to stand there, who's been there, done that, has been in big games, played in big games, and your franchise guy, your Aaron Rodgers goes out. Listen, Jimmy G ain't going to go out there and win you all the games, but he'll go out there and sure as hell make sure he doesn't lose all of them. So I think Garoppolo, even though, the PED thing is not the best look, this may have been one of the better things for his career. He might be able to go to a contender now, sit behind there, and get himself a ring. But that's interesting. And then everyone and their mom still speculating on that number 1 overall pick with the Bears. And as I've said multiple times, and I'll continue to say it until the NFL draft or until the Bears absolutely fuck this up, Bears should trade away the number 1 pick. The Bears should trade away the number 1 pick. We should not mess around with going in and getting a quarterback. Everyone wants to say Caleb Williams is number 1. I'm not thinking Caleb Williams is number 1. Again, I've cited all my reasons for that in the past. But it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would we keep our head coach, keep everything pretty much there, and then go and get a new quarterback just so that we can have another head coaching turnover next year with this brand new quarterback. But no. This time we found the guy. I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. And I think Cliff Kingsbury going over to Washington is going to be one of those things that kind of determines where he goes, helps determine where he goes at least. Because again, I'm hearing all of this hype on Caleb Williams from these quote unquote draft experts and everything like that. I have not seen one report. I have not heard 1 ounce of any of these NFL teams, these executives or anything like that, just absolutely gushing over him being Caleb Williams. And, fair enough. We're a little bit early in the draft process now. And, people are probably going to put out some red herrings here and there eventually. But I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't know where we're going to be seeing, if we're going to be seeing any Caleb Williams love. Caleb Love? Who's Caleb Love? No one's Caleb Love. Caleb Love plays for U of A basketball. There we go. Caleb Williams, I don't think there's going to be any Caleb Williams hype when we get towards draft day. Again, I think he will be the Will Levis of the draft this year. Do I think it'll be as dramatic? Do I think he'll drop all the way to the second round? No. But do I think that this is going to be, ESPN Analytics had him at the 10th round pick at 0.44% or so? I think that's what we're going to see. I think we'll see a lot more of that than we'll see everyone just gushing over him. And then, hey, that's good, though, because it gives those boneheads at ESPN something to talk about during the draft. Oh, why isn't Caleb Williams going? It's because you're all wrong. You're all wrong. Oh, by the way, shout out. We do get baseball this week. That's right. Spring training baseball starting this Thursday. We already have a video of Ohtani going absolutely yard in Glendale with his first batting practice with the Dodgers, which, what do you expect? What do you expect? Yes, he blew out his elbow. He can't throw the football. What, he suddenly can't hit dingers? Suddenly Shohei can't hit dingers? Yeah, sure. No, but listen, literally everything that Ohtani does, especially now that he's going to be in a bigger market team like the Dodgers, everything that he does is going to be exemplified, is going to be put under a microscope even more. Because not only is it Shohei Ohtani, the greatest baseball player alive right now, but this is also the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have been running roughshod over the NL West, for the last couple of years. Granted, until they ran into the Diamondbacks this season. National League champions, baby. I'm ready for baseball. I want to see the boys get back out there. I want to see the D-backs do their thing. I'm ready. I was smoking. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I was trying to book it down tonight. This is kind of cool. TKO, the company that now owns UFC and WWE, we're finally starting to see some crossover here. As last night, let me get this going. Michael Chandler got the microphone, got the stick, all while he was at Monday Night Raw this last weekend, and he continues to call out Conor McGregor, and I love it. This was a fight that was supposed to take place. McGregor versus Chandler. At the end of The Ultimate Fighter, but didn't really go as planned. A lot of it, everyone is saying, has to do with, Conor McGregor filming that movie Roadhouse and perhaps not being, how you say, the cleanest and being able to pass a USADA test. We see that sometimes in Hollywood. So, again, I think Michael Chandler versus Conor McGregor is going to be a great fight. I think it's a fight that we've all been waiting for a long time. Do I wish it could have gotten done a little bit sooner and maybe we see this at the at the Sphere for UFC 300? Yeah, I think that would have been awesome. But hey, we'll take it in stride. I just want to see this fight eventually. Give me McGregor, give me Chandler. Let's have a good night. That's how I see that going. Oops. What else do we got today? Anything else breaking? Let's check the Twitter. Ooh, okay. As of 32 minutes ago, the Commanders do wrap up their coaching staff with the hiring of John Glenn as their assistant special teams coach. So shout out to him. Shout out to the Commanders, getting ready. I will give Commanders credit where credit is due. they knew they were in a rough spot. They knew where they were in a rough spot. The new owners, they knew they were in a rough spot going into this season, coming into this next season. And, they let last season play out. Props to them for that. Props to them for that. They saw everything that was essentially wrong with what they were doing, and they're about to completely change, I think, everything. I think this will be, maybe not this year, but maybe next year, a Commanders team that will be almost unrecognizable from the last couple of seasons. So beyond excited to see what the Commanders can come out and do there. Yeah, I think that's all I got today. Noah and I will be live later tonight. We'll be talking some gambling, getting some good picks going for college basketball, NHL tonight, maybe even a little college baseball. We'll see how frisky I'm feeling. But yeah, and then we'll be breaking down some college basketball and anything else that we really feel like. So if you want to make sure you don't miss that, hit that follow button so you know when we go live. Do want to take another moment, shout out to our 432 incredible followers here on Rumble. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And thank you all for listening and watching. Seriously, appreciate it. But I do got to go to work now. And so, yeah, I'll see you guys later tonight. Thank you again for listening and watching. Again, hit that like button, hit that follow button. Helps us out a lot more than you know. But until tonight, I, of course, have been the Brofect one, AJ, and I'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.